November 22nd, 2020, Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. When man is born, he is tender and weak. At death, he is hard and stiff. When things and plants are alive, they are soft and supple. When they are dead, they are brittle and dry. Therefore, hardness and stiffness are the companions of death, and softness and gentleness are the companions of life. When an army is headstrong, it will lose in battle. When a tree is hard, it will be cut down. The big and the strong belong underneath. The gentle and the weak belong at the top. Lao Tzu. Today, for instance, you're invited to explore an enlightening little experience. I want you to feel, imagine, and believe that for the next few minutes you have magically transformed into a wildflower. You are a newly sprouting perennial blossom surrounded by a large open field in a safe, clean, green environment living deep in the protective mountains. Every morning you have fresh water to drink from the spring and full exposure to the glorious sun. You are a gorgeous wildflower with amazing colors, and your main job in life is to be wild, beautiful, and absolutely free. This level of freedom is powerful, and it means you'll need to deepen your roots, branch upward against gravity, allow yourself to bud, blossom, and spread your petals as wide as you possibly can to receive all the warm sunshine above. Since your main job in this life is simply to blossom, you might as well enjoy the unique blossoming feeling you receive each day. Don't even think about trying to become more like that huge, magnificent pine tree across the field. Just accept your destiny as being this perfect small green stem in this huge organic field. And you may notice at night that the universe is enormous and feel how insignificant, small, and fragile you are. Don't get caught in minimizing yourself. Just focus on your mission to blossom fully and spread your sweet fragrance with a full spectrum of colors out for everyone to enjoy. You can enjoy this life, for you are here to experience it all. And your destiny is to experience everything, the totality of this existence, and learn how to welcome all of life with open petals. And your petals naturally receive any light of darkness or darkness that is given. When it's sunny, just allow the warm, nourishing rays to reach deep into your core and enter the stem of your tender heart. You must trust the light that is coming into you, as well as the cool, wet nutrients soak into your roots. Allow for both light and dark, and they will provide you with the most healing, nourishing, grounding stability. This is why the caribou and the wolf are one. For the caribou feeds the wolf, but it is the wolf that keeps the caribou strong. Farley Mowat. It's good to know your real vitality and strength comes from living as close to your mother, or nature, as you possibly can. She will provide all your needs and teach you how to be soft and healthy, yet resilient and strong. Do your best to keep your petals up whenever her dark clouds, persistent winds, or cold hail may beat you down in mid-spring. Just relax and remain deeply rooted in your soil when times are tough. Feel your sweet, deep mother is always there supporting your life. Her dark, rich soil is your home. This is where you came from, and this is where you will return one day again in the future. Yes, you may find during the short course of your life, your great mother may bring harsher environmental elements to challenge you. Know that she is trying to stir up your soil so that your roots reach deeper into her secure earth. She might might cause a tornado or a great thunderstorm to pass through, and it could threaten to uproot your entire life. Don't take her high-pressure winds or dark clouds too personally. She is just reminding you to remain humble and to know your smallness in this vast universe so you can have even more appreciation and perspective on life. All her soft and hard elements are gifts to balance out your sense of self. This way, you don't get too high on yourself or too low. When you're in the middle, it's much easier to feel one with your mother and see how her entire universe was never separate from you, yet the most important part of you. Other flowers often say it's a good practice to not take this short life too seriously or too personally. Just know that whatever your mother was harsh with you, she was only fiercely loving you, trying to make you stronger. Just welcome all her challenges and know they are the essential nutrients needed for you to blossom fully and bear new seeds. It's an amazing skill to learn how to survive under 3 feet of heavy snow. All those heavy times will only make you smile when the light, warm, sunny days happen to arrive. I hate to tell you that yet there will come a day that you'll get to experience what it's like to leave the body or to die. It is 100% certain that all will end one perfect day. The end may come suddenly or gradually. You might be chomped by a hungry rabbit, stomped by a passing deer, or gradually wither away if the wet clouds never come and the rivers dry up. Expect the unexpected, or don't expect anything. Don't get too worried about any details in this short little life. It is only meant to be a temporary and very adventurous ride. Your wild, free spirit will live on and on forever. So there is no need to be afraid of anything. You can stop trying to close your petals and protect yourself if a bear, bunny, or cloud passes by. Just enjoy living in the wilderness. This one life contains the best of times and the worst of time. Excuse me. So enjoy it. Enjoy it all as best you can. You will survive those dark, empty nights. Just trust that the warm sunshine will arrive when dawn breaks. They say by allowing for every succulent, dark, and light experience to be a part of you, the richest and sweetest fragrance is cultivated within. If you should ever get depressed about your fate, just remember that Mother Nature is always here loving you. She gave you life, and through the earth, wind, sun, and rain, she is confirming that she still cares deeply for you. Every morning that she shines her loving light on you, she is wanting you to relax into your roots and know that all is well. You are not some unwanted weed. You are a highly loved, deeply cherished, and a totally wild flower. You must realize how extremely special and unique you are. There is no other flowering in the universe exactly like you. Every moment is deeply precious, little wild one. So be thankful for what you have and don't have. If you cling too tightly onto anything, you will not enjoy being here. Simply feel into what is hidden deeper within you, at the very center of your stem, at the source of your life. It holds an experience of irrational joy, unfathomable happiness, deep eternal love, and an eternal energy that is independent of any outer cause. This means no change in the weather can affect it. And lastly, please remember that you are a very spiritual wildflower. This great journey into the long winter ahead can inspire you to find your soul's highest mission and path. Try rooting yourself with everything you've got inside yourself, just so you can blossom fully. You will do well. Your spiritual essence is always here, always flowing, and always available for you. You are forever tapped into the eternal spring of life, and always in connection with nature. This is the great spiritual mystery, and you will find find all your answers simply by being the amazing wildflower you already are. Master your thoughts. Buddha. How do we experience self-realization? And this is, it's not all there yet here on this planet. The more creative you become, the more godly you become. When your creativity comes to a climax, when each moment of your life is filled with creativity, you live in God. Osho. The greatest shift that any of us can have in this lifetime is the experience of full self-realization. And what is it? What is self-realization for any of us? There's many definitions I'm sure we can come up with which point to it, but yet ultimately it's a fancy word realizing that the unlimited and all-powerful, omniscient self, who we all truly are, means we must go beyond every idea, concept, and boundary which we've defined ourselves to be. Beyond all of that. Metta, metta, metta. And self-realization is an endless journey, where we not only realize that we are beyond this physical form all day long, yet we have a direct experience of it with everything and everyone. We feel a sense of reverence for the spiritual being we truly are. That is not separate from this world around us. It is the most profound awakening process any of us can have, which expands within us every moment of the day and becoming an integrated aspect of everyday life. There really is no deeper transformation in consciousness than any of mankind can have than becoming self-realized. And the change in perspective is so completely radical and utterly life-morphing that nothing else can compare. For instance, take the most profound experience of your life. Most profound. And then stretch it so it continuously grows and expands 24 hours a day. This is a taste of what self-realization is like. All of our entire experiences of reality is so different. It's as if each of us have been an Eskimo living for 70 years in the Arctic Circle, and then one day we decided to pack our bags and permanently move to Hawaii. And the reason why it is so important to understand how ridiculously different the experience of self-realization is because it helps the mind drop any possible attempts to formulate a hardened concept about it. And what it actually is cannot be grasped by the mind. And the more the mind tries to think that it knows what self-realization is, the further you drift away from the experience of it. There is no mental concept in this universe that can prepare you for self-realization other than a perpetual willingness to surrender into the mystery and curiosity of it. I'm sure we would all like a formula for a way to live life that is more enlightened and liberating. Maybe you could take a drink of something and boom, there it is. But the problem is that every formula that works once is not going to work forever. All formulas last for a limited period of time, and then we outgrow them. This is because the nature of our consciousness is meant to expand, become more flexible and diversified. It is only through absolute surrender to the infinite universe just about everything you've known to be true. It's not easy to let go of our beliefs, yet it is the only way we will ever find the experience of being truly free. To identify oneself with the body and yet to seek happiness is like attempting to cross a river on the back of an alligator. Ramana Maharishi. Are we on a spiritual quest? Do we choose to begin this seemingly impossible spiritual quest for freedom? It all begins with inquiring into the source and center of who and what you actually are. And when you relax, meditate, and dive into the center of you, there you will first find the mind and its stories about you. And the infinite experience of you is behind these thoughts. And it comes from diving into the center of your presence, your essence. And there, you can go into it for infinity. There's always another experience within the center of each experience. And eventually, this is how we become centered within our spiritual essence. In this life, it is always the most random, expansive feelings which redirect our attention away from who we think we are. Who we think we are, and towards rediscovering our unlimited creative source of consciousness. If you notice, whenever you talk about yourself, you usually refer to the words me, my, or I. When you feel into the experience of me, my, or I, what do you notice and perceive as there? Look for a long period of time. And you will most definitely be infinitely patient with this inquiry because it is the first step towards uncovering the real you. And is vastly deep and transforming. And so the longer that you can maintain a focus of inquiring who or what you are, the faster you will realize the shocking truth of who and what you actually are. And here's how you can do it. Imagine that who you are is contained within the small dot inside the little circle, little teeny dot, okay? The dot is the self you believe you are. This means everything which you have identified with that can be written down on paper, your name, friend's job, your gifts, physical appearance, your attitude, personality, and the way others see you is all part of your identity. The dot represents your mind with all the information stored inside it. As well, your emotions, memories, beliefs, and every piece of good and bad information inside your physical body. Everything you know to be true. You about your reality is contained within a tiny dot. The circle around the dot represents everything in our future we have yet to see, experience, know, and learn. It contains our intuitive higher self. It says who and what we are includes the ego, mind, and body. It also welcomes everything beyond it as well. Meaning you could find yourself knowing who you are is not just your body, yet anything around you. You could feel yourself to be a tree, an animal, a plant, a person, the sun, the moon, the stars, the planet. You could extend your idea of yourself into anything and everything in this entire universe. The circle represents every piece of information you don't know is on Google, as well as in all the buried ancient history books and Akashic records throughout time. Now, if you look closely at the circle, you'll see there is an outer circumference where the black edge meets the pure white background. This white background can expand into infinity. The edge represents the edge of the unknown and is where the experience of self-realization is found. We must not only let go of identifying ourselves as a body-mind, yet also be continuously expanding our fear or sphere of what we know is the unknown and the surrender to the unknowable. Okay? We must not only let go of identifying ourselves as a body-mind, yet also be continuously expanding our sphere of what we know is the unknown and surrender to the unknowable. We can all call this infinite white expansive space God, love, consciousness, source, or any word that works for you. However, the truth is that there is no word large enough to describe this boundary-less container which allows for everything in the universe to play upon it. This is the great mystery of this life, which every mad scientist fights with to understand. Yet the mind will always be too small of a container to get it. To fully experience and realize who and what we actually are, we must choose to realize or release anything that can be known with the mind and surrender into the infinite mystery behind it all. It is in this direct relaxation, into our foundation that we find our spiritual connection and our boundless infinite potentiality. We instantly realize that we are a spirit being who is beyond this body, beyond time, beyond all places, shapes, and forms. When you judge, when any of us judge another, we do not define them, we define ourselves. Wayne Dyer. And by living everyday life on this outer edge of infinite possibilities, we become rooted in the deepest truth of who we truly are. We experience enlightened relationships with everyone in our lives because we see they are also a part of the mystery living in this great unknown. We then become this ever-growing expansion of godly experience that is always increasing in love, joy, and curiosity when we find this infinity within us, where all thoughts and forms abide in. We can rest in a state of pure consciousness. It is from this resting within the core of our real selves where we can effortlessly allow everything to be in perfect order, seeing the divine as orchestrating the universe to blossom exactly the way it needs to be. And the experience of self-realization can come and go in an instant. We don't need to meditate for 40 years to get it. It all begins with the choice in each moment to let this go of any identification we have with this body-mind and exchange it for a more expansive experience of life. So it's partly pure intention and part total surrender. And we choose. We must go from thinking we are a limited being with many problems of this world to knowing we are on a great spiritual journey through an unlimited life, a limitless life, an eternal life. This leap requires absolute risk and absolute trust, as the nature of the mind-ego identity is to try to cling to the old. And it wants to find security in that which does not change. Yet everything of this world changes. Of this world changes. The only thing that does not change is the infinite background, the core of your existence, your being. And the only way to real freedom in life is through changing our perspective. And when we can shift from thinking, I live in the body, to, this is important, I live in the body, to the body lives in me. And our reference point to me, myself, and I is expanded. I live in the body, to the body lives in me. So, the body lives in each and every one of us. longer imprisoned to just the body and mind. We realize we are the unknowable. The identification with who we are is then found in everything. We experience life behind or beyond the known and unknown circles of information we think are there. The body lives in me, and self-realization is huge. However, it's not too huge to experience it in our daily lives. For it to root and be real, we must be willing to practice integrating this expansive perspective on a physical level. We must find complete relaxation with all the feelings, memories, and ideas of who we are now, and everything that we will become. It is through the deepest acceptance of our small selves that we can expand into our unlimited, our limitless selves. We are forever going to be this tiny dot, and that is also expanding into the infinite universe that exists around us. This is life. We have no other choice yet to accept it and relax into the unconditionally limitless, loving, and accepting divine blackboard that is behind it all. Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. Andre Guide. The body lives within me. The body lives in me. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies. Head to toe, inside now. Drop your shoulders, because all of us crunch our shoulders, whether we realize it or not, just to different levels and variances. Let go of all of the things that serve you, not the greater good or the highest good. Your worries, your stresses, your fears, your anxieties, your unsettledness, your anger, your low self-esteem. Let go. Ask yourself, does this serve me my highest good? Does this serve me to my highest good? And if your answer is an emphatic no, then why are you holding on to it? Let it go. The body will love you for it. Let it go. Remember, the body lives in you. You don't live in the body. So the body will relax, head to toe, inside and out. You're the master. So as the body relaxes, head to toe, inside and out, and you release all of these things that you hang on to that don't serve you the greater good, then you want to breathe. And you want to breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. Now, this is divine positive energy. See? It is what sustains the body that is within you. And therefore sustains the experience of this life for the gods that we all are. So we bring it through the center of our bodies. We're relaxed. We've relaxed the body. We're in breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. This divine positive energy, the center of our bodies. We're seated in a comfortable position. We go through 7 vortexes of energy, wheels of light known as chakras. This is our ecosystem of the spiritual and the physical. These are all flowers, with all different flowers with geometrical designs in the center of each and every one, all different colors. This is where our God energy, our chi, our ki, our prana flows effortlessly through. If they're blocked, it cannot flow. So it runs through the center of our bodies. It starts with the root chakra, the Muladhara. This is career, money, mindset, and sense of belonging. It's our foundation and feeling of being grounded. is the base of our spine and tailbone area. The emotional connections are survival issues such as financial independence, money, and food. Our physical associations, spine, rectum, legs, arms, and circulatory system. This is the red wheel of light. Then we move to the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra, the svadhisthana. This is our connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. Its location is the lower abdomen, 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. Our emotional connection, sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality. Our physical connections, reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, and immune system. Then we move to the golden yellow wheel of light, the manipura, the solar plexus chakra. It's our ability to be confident, in control of our lives, to flow effortlessly, with no expectations and no attachments. Location is upper abdomen, the stomach area. Emotional issues, connection, self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem. Physical association, central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin. Then we move to the heart chakra, the emerald green wheel of light, the anahata. This is our ability to love. It's the center of the chest, just above the heart. Its emotional connections are love, joy, and inner peace. Physical connections, heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, immune system. And then we have the vishuddha, the throat chakra, the blue wheel of light. It's our ability to communicate. It's our throat. Emotional connections or communication, self-expression of feelings, the truth. Physical association, connections, thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, vocal cords. Then we move to the third eye chakra, the ajna, the indigo wheel of light. It's our ability to focus and to see the big picture. Its location is the forehead between the eyes, called the brow chakra. Emotional connections, intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. Physical association, pituitary gland, eyes, sinuses, and then the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. This is the highest chakra. It represents our ability to fully connect spiritually, to be fully connected spiritually. The very top of our head is location. Our emotional connections, inner and outer beauty, our connection to spirituality, pure bliss. Physical association, pineal gland, brain, nervous system. Visualize this super omnipotently powerful combining of energies, the sacred breath, the divine positive energy, the chakras, the vortexes of energy, the bridge between spiritual and physical and back from spiritual to physical. And the God energy, the prana, the chi, the ki, and to have it just literally flow through us effortlessly. At the top of the head, we hold it for a brief moment. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment, we condense it into pure liquid energy. Its vibrance frequency is immeasurable. It is so omnipotently powerful, and then we release it over the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is really important to all of us while we're in these bodies. And while the body is in us, it is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It's the gateway to pure consciousness and beyond. It is hammered, attacked constantly from the beginning. And this is unacceptable. So we release this pure liquid energy, and some of us can see it as a prune, a raisin, a pine cone. I see it as a bud, rosebud, green ball. And then I watch the rose as I release this liquid energy over it bloom fully with multicolored petals vibrating out waves of soft light, deep eternal love, and all the gateways open. The fragrance is wonderful, and the travel is effortless, and we can go and be anywhere at any time. We're also consciously aware that each of us is of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. and we're merged. We're one. Everything is within us. The body is within us. The heart-mind is within us. All of it is within us. Nothing has ever been outside of us. The universe is within. The existence of all things is within. And as we continue to understand, we continue to expand, and we continue to intensify. And there is no limit. It is absolutely limitless. We have others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. This is civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. We meet them. We have interactions with them throughout this life. We don't know it until afterwards. And it's always wonderful. It's always blissful. And a large number of them can surround any one of us at any one time because of their vibrational frequency. They can house a large number in a small area. They are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We have the Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thought, many, many, many more. They have mastered ascension. They hold God form, pure consciousness. We are experiencing physical form within us. Are we them and are they us? Yes. Are we the angels and are we the angels? Are they us? Yes. We're all one. Are the trees us? Are we the trees? Yes. And they are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we're all gathered, all three of us, all three groups, all one, all different reflections of each other, and we are compelled to call upon all the rest, all the other reflections of each other, all the source creations. So we call upon all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming this circle of light. And they come in the googolplexes. One googolplex fills this universe. They come in the trillions of googolplexes from every direction. And they are with us now. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, many civilizations and species, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and the forming of this circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a handful of them, somewhat. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every single day. The ones we are familiar with somewhat includes all of the levels and species. Pleiadians, Sirians, Andromedans, Arcturians, felines, Zeta Reticuli, the Greys, the Nords, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. They've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. They come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the light energy beings that have decided to be housed in the following forms, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. We're only familiar with a fraction of them. And we only see maybe 1% of them. They come in all shapes, colors, sizes, and forms and configurations. And the ones we are familiar with are the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And of course, only those who are of the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and consciously aware, and also that they are from, that they understand that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And be with us in this now, this meditation, to form this circle of light. They come in the trillions, and they are with us now. We're all gathered throughout all existence and existence, everywhere, all universes, all at the highest vibrational frequency of deep eternal love, all together as one. To liberate this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, the forming of the circle of light. We're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness and kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. We form a massive circle of light, embracing the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, this meditation, in this circle of light. The brilliance of the light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of space. It would take over 1 billion of the suns in the solar system to even compare to its brightness. It is love. It is the gods we all are. And the gods house everything. And the gods experience through everything. Through everything and everything, not just the body, but all things. All at once, if we choose. So as we do this, and as we levitate above the planet, and we bathe, saturate, and flood everything and everything in the highest of vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love. This is eternal. It's not a one-time go. It is always. All our brothers and sisters, everything, all life on this planet and above and below it, is being bathed and saturated in the God light, the source creator, the essence of all things. And as we do this, we're met with a gossamer field of trillions of little teeny mirrors reflecting all aspects of all of us gathered in this meditation. All of the highest high of deep eternal love frequencies for the liberation of this planet. And we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light. This is a column that reminds all of us that we are the power of healing. are met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column that reminds us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This column reminds each and every one of us that we are all imbued head to toe, inside and out, through eternity. This God, light, love, frequency armor. And it cannot be penetrated. It cannot be disrupted. It cannot be violated from any external source, anywhere, in everything and everything. It cannot be manipulated from any external force. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough and deep enough, you will create a breach in your armor, and this breach will be just enough to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. And if you do this, if you decide, whether consciously or unconsciously, you're met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds you, you can bring in the purple transmuting flame. You can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance. You send them back to pure consciousness where they are no more. Then you're met with the violet ray. This is a column that reminds us we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, and we can literally purify and cleanse the area where these lower frequencies were, sealing the breach in our armor, restoring our high balance of deep eternal love and gratitude. We also are met with the golden white pink light. This is a column that reminds us all of all things that we are. We are the sunrises and we are the sunsets. We are the rainbow. We are the oceans. We are the earth, the soil, the trees, the birds, everything, the sky. We are everything. So the beauty that you experience is the beauty that you experience, which is you, within the God that you are. The body, the heart, mind, all of it. Some of us, as we continue to levitate above the planet, step outside our physical forms, float effortlessly above them. And we come upon this massive crystalline light tower. This is, we created this tower. It's larger than the solar system. And we look inside of it, and we see this kind of an oblong aura pulsating, sending out waves of beautiful colored light, soft, warm, trillions of different colors. In the center is golden white light emanating from it. And it's flooding and saturating all of us, inside and out, above and below, this planet, all life, in deep eternal love and gratitude, in abundance and prosperity, in peace and joy. Flooding us all. And at the top of it, we designed it so that the golden ocean can come flowing down 360 degrees, eternally and perpetually, as it does. And as it floods, saturates, and bathes us all, inside and out, head to toe, with the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We are all drops of that golden ocean, and we all contain the essence of that ocean. We then see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We created this sphere well over 2 years ago, approaching 3. And it holds over 1,000 of our meditations. Over 1,000 of all the galaxies, all the universes, all of the meditation, all of us together is part of source creation. Flooding, saturating, bathing, everything and everything. Perpetually. It is the highest of the highest high frequencies of deep eternal love. There's no low frequency that can even come near it. And the same with all of us as one. We would not be here if our frequencies were not high in deep eternal love and gratitude. It is massive. It is everywhere. That's why our meditative sphere heard and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. Do you feel it? The body lives in you. We are no longer imprisoned to just the body and the mind. We realize we are the unknowable. The identification with who we are is then found in everything. All of us have realized that we are the unknowable. This means that who we are is then found in everything. We experience life beyond the known and unknown circles of information we think are there. And we begin to experience it in our daily lives. We are the unknowable. The body lives in each of us. We don't live in the body. I'll join in meditation. I'll return to close us out. lives in us, not outside of us. And that is the beginning of self-realization. You take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and the night, and into the following morning. We will be back here for the Time for Change Awakening call, 9 p.m. Eastern, tomorrow night on this line, and we will also be back here to continue our Global Guided Meditation call at 3 p.m. Eastern, 23rd of September, Wednesday.
Goodbye.